It is on.
I need like some storyboarding to this where it's more zoomed in on like what my portrait is going to be. This is more of the landscape vibes. We have the sunrise. There'd be light hitting me, so light. And then I'd be twirling or something. Yeah. Oh, so you're like taking more time out to like...
I'm like, wait, I can see stuff. Yeah.
Look at that, man. No.
I can't tell my thing's flashing now.
That's okay.
So your friend said...
Happy June, friends. Welcome to a new video. I'm very, very excited for what we're doing in this video today. I am romanticizing my weekend, and I'm actually going to be in an art show in July. And I'm with my friend Ant. We've been planning, masterminding. I've been trying to figure out like what I'm going to be doing for this art show. It's going to be photography, self-portraits, and I was storyboarding at a coffee shop today, and now we're like scouting out photo locations. So I have the like idea, the vision for what I want my photos and the whole like theme I'm going for. So now we're looking for outdoorsy locations and hiking as well. So we've come to a nice little trail that I came to for my birthday when I did like a 90-minute walk and hurt myself, but that's okay. We're avoiding that today. So let's put on our hiking boots. I went and changed in the bathroom out of my skirt. So let's get suited up and go on a hike slash photo location scout.
Done doing your B-roll, you go to that white spot for me and sit.
All right, here's some behind the scenes. So we left this tripod here because it's metal and it weighs 1,000,000 pounds. And we were like, if it's not there, it's okay. And then this old man asked about us and asked if it was our tripod. It's still here. Yay.
beds and things.
Yeah.
But this one over here is probably a 1960s hay-rack.
I didn't even see that.
We've stopped on the side of the road because Ant is taking a picture of this hearse, and he's using this medium format camera that takes 120 film, and it's very complicated to set up a shot, you know, analog photography. And I've just been sitting here waiting for him to get his shot, but also just enjoying witnessing the creative process. We just left my friend Jillian's house, and her husband Dan took us on an amazing drive through their property, and we're gonna come shoot on their property sometime this month in a couple weeks for our art show, and I'm so excited. There's a creek, there's a beautiful like field with this like shed in the back that's gonna be like perfect, and lots of trees, and I'm really excited to do some filming out here too. So I feel like my creative well has been so refilled. Ant's back. You got anything to say about your excursion, Ant?
It took me forever to figure out how to use a stupid camera.
Did you get a shot that you wanted?
We'll see.
Guess we'll see.
We'll see.
I've been planning my summer, and specifically June, obviously. Hello, June. But I've been just kind of thinking about what I want to feel this summer, what I want to spend my time on, what I want to just cultivate, and something I've been wanting to do and have achieved, I think, throughout this video. I just want to be more creative. I am dubbing my summer Creative Girl Summer, Creative Sheila Summer. Last year was Slow Girl Summer, and of course we're gonna embody as much slowness and softness into my life this season as we always do, but I'm feeling more called to spending my time really on my creative pursuits and creative hobbies, and the summertime is just the best time for me to really engage in drawing and photography and, you know, YouTube and all the other creative things I can find myself doing, because, you know, I have more energy, the days are longer, there's more daylight, I have just a higher capacity to make time for those things. So with all these goals and things that I want to do, that we want to do this summer, because we have more energy, we have more time, we have more capacity, we're more motivated, of course, having all of these plans and things we want to do can bring a sense of overwhelm. And naturally, I become fearful of coming up with all these things that I want to do, and then once the like high of having all these things planned dies down, that's when the fear and the overwhelm kind of enters, and that can get us frozen and we just don't want to do anything. So going into this summer, knowing myself and my patterns, I am just trusting myself. I am trusting that I know my body, I know my energy, and if I feel like things are just becoming too much, I know what to do. I have coping mechanisms and a self-care toolkit, if you will, when the overwhelm hits, and I just need to chill out and take it easy. So I encourage you, friends, to dream, plan, set out the things that you want to do this summer, but also still honor your energy, your capacity, your mental health. It's all a balancing game that we're trying to figure out in this thing called life. And I really lean into my daily habits and routines to ground me, and having quiet time in the morning where I'm taking it easy, putting a vinyl on the record player, doing a little bit of tidying. Actually, on this day, I was doing a little bit of cleaning in the living room and finally put some things up on the shelf, like removing these Velcro strips that have just been up there for months at this point because I am a neurodivergent human and things like this is hard, but I felt inspired. I had the energy. We even got a shelf to go up on the wall, and I felt pretty good after this day. But also with all of this exciting things comes a depletion of energy and our own resources. So rest is important. And I want to do a lot of rest this summer as well. I picked up the latest issue of Bella Grace, which is this magazine that I've been really into, seasonally at least, and I got my summer issue, and there's an article in there about a summer permission list, which I just really resonated with. I know in the summer we want to make bucket lists. We have this never-ending to-do list. We only have, a couple months to do it. It's so overwhelming, but like at the end of the day, can I just have permission to not have a bucket list, to not feel the FOMO that I've felt in the past, to just be able to exist and take it slow and do the little things that I want to do, like go on a hike with George and explore new places and spend time out in nature and away from people. And I'm not doing a summer bucket list, and I give you friends permission to not do a summer bucket list, or maybe have a summer permission list. Like, what things do you feel like you can't or shouldn't do in the summer? Maybe those things should go on your permission list, friends. Let's talk about summer books, friends. I figured ending this video with a little book chat would be just oh so Sheila and necessary for this video. And I guess I have a reading menu, not a list, a menu to select from over these next couple of months through September, mid-September, and they're not necessarily all summer vibes, but I don't know. I am putting less pressure on myself to read this year in general, but also in the summertime, because I know winter is when I get a lot of reading done because I'm inside, it's cold, it gets dark early, and in the summer, I want to be outside when it's not so hot like it is today. My energy is just kind of like more focused on socializing and friendships and getting out and doing things, being creative like I want to do this summer. And I actually have been currently reading the same book for about a month, the third book from the Farseer trilogy by Robin Hobb, Assassin's Quest. This is the last book of this particular series, and I have like less than 50 pages left. I think I have like 2 chapters left, and I've just been sitting on this. It's a large book, like 850 pages, and in the beginning of reading this, I listened to the audiobook, which greatly helped my motivation and attention span, because large books are just very intimidating, and if I'm intimidated, I avoid it. So going back between audiobook listening in my car when I'm commuting to work and when I'm doing chores or at work and doing kind of a mundane task where I can listen to it in the background has greatly expedited my reading process, because if I was just reading this without the audiobook, I don't know, when I would ever finish this, and that also would just prevent me from reading any other book, because it is summer. The summer solstice was a couple of days ago. I'm ready to read some like summer reads, and it's time to finish this. And I think I'm also just sad that I'm finishing this series, finishing this book. It's been quite a journey, and I highly, highly recommend Robin Hobb. This was my first series from her. I'm excited to read the next book in the whole like Elderling series, because there's like trilogies within this large series, and I just love this whole world that Robin Hobb has made, and I'm so excited to see like where we go next. And this book has been, despite its page length, it's been a masterpiece. It's been a big culmination of the first 2 books and the whole kind of like plot and the growth of our main character and his friendships and companionship with his, the other kind of main character, just talking very vaguely to not give anything away. And there was crazy things happening towards the end. I mean, crazy to me, not like expecting it, but it just brought the story into this whole new level, kind of just like opening it up to be like, okay, what is gonna happen now that like this has happened? Where is this going? How does this like just interact with the world and the characters? And I'm invested. So once I finish that, I'm debating what I'm gonna start next. It's between these two books. Emily Henry, Funny Story, and Ruth Ware, One Perfect Couple. Two new releases this summer, two of my favorite authors. I don't know if I want romance or if I want mystery. I kind of want to read Ruth Ware's book. We will see how I'm feeling. But yeah, I'm just not into like summer romance this year like I have been in the past. And maybe I just am always disappointed with romance books or just the tropes in them. Maybe I'm just not really a romance reader anymore. I don't know, but I always love Emily Henry's books, or at least can find enjoyment in them because her writing is just very fast, engaging, funny, witty, and I enjoy that aspect. I didn't really like Happy Place, which was her last book that came out last summer, and I'm curious how I'm going to vibe with Funny Story. Their main character, Daphne, is a librarian, and I know Emily Henry is the queen of like enemies to lovers or like enemy friends to lover tropes, so I think we're getting similar vibes in this, and I'm here for it. This book though, One Perfect Couple, it's about reality show, a couple that goes on a reality TV show, which I just love Ruth Ware books because they're always different. Like the writing and the themes and the twists are always like classic Ruth Ware, but she always kind of explores different themes and backgrounds of her characters and settings. So this one is a high tension thriller that follows 5 couples trapped on a storm-swept island as a killer stalks among them. I mean, super summer, and I'm just ready for some twists, some shocks. Curious to see how I like this book because It Girl, which came out last year, not my favorite of hers. So it is hit or miss with Ruth Ware, but I like the kind of Russian roulette game that I play with her books. 2 other books. I've mentioned this one before, A Letter to the Illuminous Deep by Sylvie Cathrall. I got this on a whim when I went to a bookstore, and I love the oceany vibes. I feel like the atmosphere of being underwater and the sea is just summer is perfect for that. So we will see if I gravitate towards this season. Cold Clay by Juno Black is the second book of the Shady Hollow mystery series. I read the first one, loved it so much, and decided to get this one to have when I was ready to read the next book. And I like how they're rather short, about 200 pages. All the characters in this little cozy community are woodland creatures, and there's a mystery. Somebody is a murderer, and our main character, who's a fox, has to solve it and takes us along with it. And I just really enjoyed the first one, and I'm excited to continue and see what they get into in this one. So I literally just imported my footage and totally forgot about another book that's on my TBR menu reading list of sorts this summer, and it's Middle of the Night by Riley Sager, a new release from Riley, who I'm excited to read. I've been a fan of his for quite a few years now, and he's been releasing new books every year, and last year I thought was his last book until he took like a long break, but he surprised us all with a new book called Middle of the Night. And what's interesting about this book is that the main character is a boy or a male, and his main characters have always been women. I went down a rabbit hole of learning about Riley Sager and how that's not his real name. That's his pen name. He had a whole slew of books that he published with his real name before he got big, and I guess they didn't do too well, and he kind of just rebranded himself with a pseudonym. So I'm really curious just to see how that's gonna go. So yes, I'm excited to read that one, which is another kind of like thriller mystery. And Ruth Ware, Riley Sager, Emily Henry are like 3 of my favorite authors, and they all just released books for the summertime, so cheers. Okay, the 2 final publications, I should say, are this self-help book by a YouTuber who is also a friend. We became YouTube friends. Hi, Kim. So this is by Kimberly Rodriguez, who is also an illustrator. This is her first published book. It came out in May. So congratulations again, Kim. Amazing, amazing, thing that you put out into the world. It's called Incantations Embodied Rituals for Empowerment, Reclamation, and Resistance. And I'm excited to go through this slowly over this summer season into the fall season. So this is essentially a wellness, self-help, healing book slash workbook through a decolonial lens. So you guys know, if you've been here for a while, I am actively just living my life trying to decolonize my life, and my healing practice has been one that since 2020, I've been really trying to heal my healing journey, or the way I approach healing and spirituality. It's been a journey, and I'm really excited to go through the prompts and the short stories in this book and really embody it into my own healing journey. And I also just want to give a shout out to Kim, because she makes cozy, bookish, slow living type of content on YouTube, and also just on her Instagram as well. She has Patreon, she's an artist, she makes and sells art, and I just admire her work and what she's doing here on the internet so much. So I will link her YouTube channel below. If you are here and like my videos, I think you would love Kim's videos as well, so check her out. And the last, it's not a book, it's a magazine that I mentioned earlier in this video, the Bella Grace publication magazine type thing, and this is the summer issue that I picked up. I mean, hello, summer, and I've been getting inspiration from these. I just miss magazines, like hard physical things that I can flip through in the morning when I'm having my coffee, or when I want to get off my phone but still have something to like hold my attention. So in here it's a mix of like articles and beautiful photography, and it's all like submission based, so you can submit photography, articles, essays, poems, anything really. I feel like it would be so cool if I ever submitted something and it ended up in this publication. But I've been using this issue particularly to help me plan my photo shoot that I am actively working on this month, and it's been great. There are a couple articles in here that really just resonated when I was looking through this. How to be unabashedly lazy this summer, and a summer permission list, which I mentioned earlier in this video. Bucket lists for me, I've tried them in the past and they might work for some people, but this year, this season, I'm not having any kind of bucket list. I'm just going through life and seeing where it takes me this season. So yeah, that's everything, friends. I hope you enjoyed this video. Summer is here. June is actually nearing the end, and I can't believe we're halfway through this year. It's almost July. Fall is in a couple of months. How, what, where, why, how, who, what is going on? But anyway, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments. Let me know how you're doing, what you're up to this summer, what your intentions and just overall kind of vibe you're going for this summer. Are you taking it slow? Are you busy? Do you have a lot going on? Are you trying to figure it out still, what you're doing? Yeah, we're all on this journey of just figuring life out, aren't we? So thank you, friends, for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.